Okay, well, I forgot to do. I forgot to do it the right way, where we go black, and then I come in, and then we go. It's GoldenSaucer.net podcast. It's Joey,
Kyle,
Alf.
Episode 244. It's week 15 of 2019. Well, I knew it was gonna fall. It's just a piece of tape. I was just experimenting with it. It looks the same either way. It is.
I was like,
it's temporary.
the ghost of the barber's back. Get out.
we started too. Like,
Yeah, it made it. It's been up there for almost an hour. Could have made it the whole podcast.
It's old Johnny Q.
I mean, I used masking tape, so I didn't want to be permanent. I gotta
fade? Let me tape you up.
I just tried my own fade. It looks like garbage.
It's just off camera, so you can't see it. But a light that we had like positioned, like turned up and held in place with tape. Just the tape.
It was so turned up, it had to fall down.
They're LEDs, so they don't get hot.
It's not bad. I like them.
They're like $30
Each.
Yeah.
Each LED?
Yeah, each LED. I'm stupid.
You spend like $1,000, idiot.
You can chain 10 of them together. So
damn, nice.
Yeah, and they only cost like $5 a year to run.
Nice.
Like, negligible. I don't know why.
And that's your this old house segment.
This old
warehouse
shop lighting. But yeah. So still moving into the warehouse. If Alf moves his head like this, you can kind of see some work gloves back there, and yeah, that's about all you can see. You can kind of see the kettle.
All right.
I thought about putting the painting over there just to hide it. Getting stuff done. I got
we shouldn't just let people cut their hair back there while we're doing the podcast.
Just for some ambiance, just like little snips.
No, the best part is Alf, since this is his first episode in the warehouse zone, he'll get the dogs barking, the dude with the loud car, and then you're not gonna be able to lift that up. You're gonna have to. There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought about it.
Well, it beats what's a fucking guy? There we go, leaf blower.
No,
it does not. Just wait.
God,
it is amazing.
It just soundproof the shit out of this, I guess.
That's what I said too.
Probably. This area may or may not be here in the future. We got to see how much of space. Like, I'm trying to leave this space for my storage so that we can record here for a while, but for temporary. But
sure,
it may or may not be here. This is the last space to get filled in. Might just be arcade cabinets in the future.
You like recording this off your? Oh, you're just recording it. And then
I'll rebroadcast it later. So if you're watching this later, thanks for watching this. It's not live.
I might be dead later. Hi.
I'm in the chat probably. That's what I did last time. I just sat in the chat and people were like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, watching myself talk for 55 minutes. So yeah, that's my life. You know?
Word.
Yeah, word. I'm looking for word. But
bird's the word.
Bird is the word. Yeah. Let's see. I've been moving my stuff around. Got a lot of appointments. Trying to think anything like extremely interesting. Not really. You got anything extremely interesting?
No.
Great.
Yeah, I know. It's awful. I don't do anything fun anymore. I'm going to St. Augustine in a couple of days.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
You going to go to the historic district, or are you going to Alligator Farm?
Beach.
Beach is nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Go to the beach, and then just like hit up like Old Town and maybe Ripley's.
Get on that.
Take a ghost tour.
The ghost tour is okay.
Yeah. I think I want to try to find that little. There's like a little. It's seriously like a shack, but they sell like artisanal beard stuff. Yeah.
I think I have his card.
Yeah. Try to find that guy while I'm down there. But yeah, girlfriend's birthday, so she wanted to go to the beach, so we're gonna go to.
Beach is nice. Did I tell you about the over the inlet? Is where I usually go, where you can go in the inlet and just you don't have to worry about the beach. It's still the beach, but it's because it's the inlet. There's less people.
No, send me a
I'll show you. Well, I don't know.
MapQuest me, Joey.
I'll send you a picture on Google Maps.
You got like Apple Maps maybe?
I'll print it out for you. Have you guys
MapQuest? That's what I said.
Did you guys see the there was a meme thing going around the other day. It was like 20 tips to make your life easier in 1999 or something. And it was just like all kinds of nonsense that you've been like, yeah, that's what we did, or that's what that would have been helpful to know there. They're like,
there's the dogs. There. All right. This is going to be great.
Before we leave, I'll go out there and show him to you where he's just standing on top of his doghouse, is barking.
He's like right over there, and you can piss him off real easy.
Oh, good God.
He's a real good boy.
Walk out the door, and he's like, you're like,
is he bold like
yeah, I just go out there, and I just go, boof, real loud, and he just fucking loses his mind.
Yeah. It's because of all the drunks.
The drugs?
The drunks.
Oh, okay.
That too. Both.
All right. Al, you got anything interesting going on?
I just went for a work thing. That's it.
Oh, yeah. We didn't tell anybody where you were. I don't know if you listened to the podcast we were talking about it. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
We didn't divulge his location.
Yeah, there was some kind of hitman who was out to get you, but
Oh,
you were going to pay.
So you mean a whole
me,
backstory?
Yeah, it was really good.
Nice.
It was
I like
fun.
it. Nice.
It was traditional nonsense that we talk about.
Yeah, it's the same old, same old. Just work stuff.
Did you take your Switch?
No.
What?
I don't trust that shit in like hotel rooms.
Yeah, but you just put it in your, shove it down your pants.
I don't want it on my person either. That's it. Lost a 3DS, remember? For like a day.
Why do you even own it? You're the guy who's going to buy the new one. What do we talk about? That is not mobile anymore. The hypothetical one.
The Switch?
No, I take it out of portable, but I walk around in my house with it. I've taken it to work before. Like it was like what game was it? It was a game I was just playing. Like I was really into it.
Tetris 99.
That's it.
Did you have to be online for that?
He's at work online. He's got a fucking.
You're just on like their Wi-Fi.
Their Wi-Fi.
Just like getting top 10s on fucking Tetris 99.
And they're sending out emails like saying, "Please get off the Wi-Fi." Whoever's on the Wi-Fi is tanking us.
Yeah, you're just like.
Plus, I'm the Tetris master.
You're like, first off, it's worth it. Second off,
we have a user by the name of tspin69. Please stop.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. So you didn't take anything with you, man. What are you gonna do?
I don't want to get charged. What? Oh, fetch me from the hotel. I'm like, why? No.
Yeah, you take the soap, so you take the towel, you order in a fucking robe, you take that home with you.
Nope, just watch streams on my phone until it was good. That was good entertainment for a while. So, meh.
Did you guys watch? Did I post that in this chat? The Game Grumps thing, or was that just you guys?
oh, the Jamie Lee Curtis thing.
Oh, I saw that she was on there. Yeah. When they played Mario Party.
Kart, yeah, Mario Party.
Mario Party.
Yeah, they played Mario Kart with Brian Regan. They just had Brian Regan on too.
I saw that too.
The podcast guy.
The comedian.
Have they uploaded the Weird Owl one yet?
Yeah.
What did they play?
Wheel of Fortune.
Random, but all right.
Well, Weird Al was like, I'm not good at a lot of games.
So they did that because
the
Weird Al was on Wheel of Fortune in the 80s.
Oh, never mind. Fair enough.
With James Brown and Little Richard.
That makes sense. Sure.
And apparently Pat Sajak had to explain Wheel of Fortune to James Brown, who like...
From what I conjecture.
Yeah.
Probably.
Let me buy it.
Hey! So yeah, they were saying that he didn't understand like how to play wheel, and so like they were just like he was just like he said yeah like A, like he was like A, and they're like, well, you have to like buy a consonant, and he was like Oklahoma, and they're like, the fuck are you saying?
From what I understand about James Brown, might have not been
super
on
coherent.
this planet.
Yeah, he just kept buying A's.
A
might not have been on this planet.
Oh.
I mean, did you do the splits? That's the only thing I care about. Did you do the splits?
I just the little shuffle thing. Yeah, that's
go jump out, kill myself.
No, no.
There's not to get too far off topic.
That was an Eddie Murphy joke. Get out of here.
There's a what do you call it? Short film made by BMW. It has Clive Owen, Gary Oldman. And,
it's villains. That's all the villains, right?
No, it's in James Brown, and basically it's the premise of that he sold his soul.
James Brown's still alive?
No, he's dead in the time.
Oh, it's an old one.
This is old. This is like 2000. The premise is that he went to the crossroads, sold his soul to the devil for the rock and roll hall, the rock and roll.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Which is a story of someone else whose name escapes me right now.
Johnny B. Good.
No, but because we don't have the fucking internet, I can't look it up. But anyway, the whole premise is that Gary Oldman's the devil and that Clive Owen is the driver he hires to race the devil to renegotiate the contract.
That makes sense. Well, there was a
short film.
There was a car commercial with Gary Oldman, I think Benedict Cumberbatch, and and they were all the villains. Guys, being bad is easy. Like they were using their sinister voices.
Oh, it's because they were driving. All the bad guys drove BMWs or
some shit like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And it's that dude Loki, whatever his name is now.
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Middlefinger. Yeah,
he's dead.
In the movie,
yeah.
I was like, what?
Ooh, did you see he did a Chinese Prilosec. Basically the same thing. He did a Chinese commercial for like heartburn medication or something.
Fair enough.
What's the like vitamins or something
Nexium?
that's like their symbol is like a circle with rainbow colors?
Centrum.
He did a Chinese Centrum commercial.
All right. I mean, that is one of the best things. That used to be like a super secret thing. Is when celebrities would go overseas and do commercials, and then they would never get back here.
Yeah.
They get all their money. They're like, oh yeah, I got paid.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher did a bunch of Japanese like coffee commercials, and so did Tommy Lee Jones. No, Tommy Lee Jones did the coffee commercials. Ashton Kutcher did something else.
RoboCop did all those ramen commercials and all those KFC commercials. Then he came here and did it, and everyone hated it.
I loved it.
We forgot to talk about that. Did you see the because we didn't talk about it. Do you want to talk about it real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Did you see that they were mad that they wouldn't get Peter Weller's voice? Peter Weller. There was a whole controversy.
I thought it was him.
Right, that they couldn't get him for the RoboCop reboot, but he did the fucking KFC commercial.
Well, that's the movie. That's the fucking Hollywood. They're idiots.
Well, you remember they're rebooting RoboCop in the sense of they're erasing 3 and making a new one to replace 3, or 2.
What?
Yeah, look it up. It's fucking weird. No internet. I hate this.
They want to retro that?
Yeah,
third one?
I'll look it up. Well,
whatever. I don't.
Kyle, talk about WrestleMania.
I don't fucking care.
Did you watch WrestleMania?
Yeah, I didn't care.
Whoa!
WrestleMania was really fucking good.
I know
year.
Kofi won, and everyone else is like,
whoa! Spoilers.
What? Fucking who cares?
I'm so mad. I got spoiled. Like, I just went on Facebook to like tweet a picture, and someone posted with fucking spoilers as it was fucking happening. Pissed.
Say his name. Fuck him. No, I'm just,
I fucking muted him because fucking Avengers is coming up, and I'm like,
you're
I
like,
don't
nah,
fucking trust you.
Yeah, untrustworthy.
Sure.
Yeah, dude, WrestleMania was fucking dope.
I did not get to finish. I have not finished it.
I heard the main complaint was it's too fucking long.
It's really long.
7 hours.
It's
really
like
fucking
7
long.
hours. Yeah.
Really,
and people were like
long.
losing steam.
Yeah,
and like the crowd was just dead by the end of it. And then Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania
they cucked us.
Yeah,
they cucked us real hard on Monday Night Raw.
They said it was fucking horrible, and like the crowd was chanting EAW.
Yeah.
AEW.
So like the thing was, fucking, they had all of the fucking steam in the world going into that because like WrestleMania, fucking like every belt changed hands. Like basically like it was just like super dynamic.
Right. They basically gave the fans what they wanted.
Yeah. And then Monday Night Raw, they had Seth Rollins come out and say that he was going to be a fighting champion, that he was going to take on challengers. And then the New Day came out and Kofi was like, dude, let's go right now. Belt versus belt. So like it was
right. Cause Becky is a 2-belt champion.
Yeah. Becky has 2 belts right now. She's like SmackDown and Raw women's champion. So we were going to have male and female champions that held both belts. And that's never happened in history. And so like that was going to be fucking sweet. And then they just took it from us for no reason. Like during Kofi and Rollins match, the bar came out and like shit stomped them, and then they changed it into a fucking tag team match with no consequences. So it was just like, why? Like you had this fucking cool angle.
I thought that was going to be the end of the brand deal and just the end of the brands again, and unify the belts.
So right,
that's what I thought.
It could have been that, but like they're just going ahead with the stupid superstar mix up next week, where they're just going to like trade dudes to different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Seems like a big waste of potential because like you have like this insane Kofi push right now, and like
which is natural, which is not like was not something they had in development. The storyline they had in development, it just kind of.
I mean, Kurt losing to that idiot was pretty stupid too.
Baron Corbin.
You have to go out on your back. That's the rule.
Yeah, you have to go out on your back.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. It sucks. That's why I didn't like that match at all. I did not like him.
I didn't know that. That's an actual staple. Like,
well, so like that's just like an old school wrestling thing. Like
that's dumb.
You go out on your back. It's to promote new talent. Like that's why Taker lost to Lesnar all those years ago.
Yeah, but Kurt losing to fucking this idiot
Baron Corbin. Yeah,
I think one tweet I read better is like, why did Kurt lose to a fucking maitre d at a fucking Olive Garden?
Yeah, yeah, and they're also trying to push that fucking weird dude who like attacked Kurt Monday.
What?
He got attacked after. Like, he came out and like he shook Baron Corbin's hand, and then he angle slammed him, and then some giant mongoloid dude like showed up and just fucking like slammed the fuck out of Kurt.
Was it Aleister Black?
No, I think his name's like Vale or something.
Vader. Back from the dead.
You can't look it up.
I have shitty phone internet.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, like, I didn't. I didn't watch SmackDown.
No, I didn't either. But the only reason I watched Raw was because it's the Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good.
How about that guy that attacked
Lars
Brett?
Sullivan?
Lars, that's what it was. Lars,
and it was his debut.
Yeah, he's big as fuck. Like
I mean,
No, I was asking how about that guy that attacked Brett at the Hall of Fame?
the Chud.
Yeah, like why?
The best part
Just
is
being
like,
just being a
the best
fucking
part
idiot.
is like, you know, he made the classic mistake of going to the WWE Hall of Fame induction where
All the WWE
WWE
superstars.
wrestlers are, and they actually let's break kayfabe here. Wrestling is fake.
Sure.
But those are athletes. They are strong as fuck, and they know how to pull a punch. If they know how to pull a punch, they know how to throw a punch.
Yeah.
So I can see how them all tackled him, keep him pinned. You don't know if he has a weapon or anything on him, blah, blah, blah. You know, I see that. I don't see the unnecessary punch the shit out of him thing. This is coming from a...
I'm not saying you should do it, but I don't know what you expected.
The guy's
What
a
you
fucking...
expect?
The guy's a tool. The guy's a fucking dipshit. The guy's
If
a
I
fucking
went up-
waste of space.
If I went up there...
Did he deserve to get fucking clocked in the face? That's kind... He did assault, but then the wrestlers did assault as well. That's not defense at that point.
Let's take, you know, the fact they're professional wrestlers, entertainers, whatever, you know, away from this, and put it like it's a 61-year-old or 63-year-old veteran of the police force, veteran firefighter, veteran military, you know, whatever, you know, figure, whatever profession you want to have there.
I still feel there'll be restraints. So got him, book him, put him in jail, and that's it. I don't think they're going to take him in the back
Also,
like mob style.
Small asterisk. Cancer haver.
And he had a stroke.
Survivor.
And he had a stroke.
I just don't think they're going to beat him in the back of a jail cell. You know, that's just me.
You know, I'm pretty
like-
sure that, like, you know, maybe they give him what he wanted.
Well, he's fine with like multiple charges of assault and like all that shit. Like, but I feel like whatever that guy's name, Davis, the one that fucking clocked him in the face when he's being detained, carried out already.
Yeah,
That's a fine.
You know,
You should get fined.
Yeah,
Because there's nowhere in the ticket say if you break any rules, you get thrown out. That's it. Not we're going to stomp a mud hole in your face.
I thought it was a shoot. It was,
Yeah, no. That's what people,
Becky got punched in the face for real. Come on.
that's why people say it's kind of like they believe it's fake. They thought it was fake at first, like a fucking shoot that was happening.
Yeah.
But then the mugshot came and the guy's fucking insane. Like he's an MMA with a win record of 2, loss of 1. That's it.
Yeah.
Out in Kentucky, he's just fucking crazy. So
yeah. I don't know. That was great. What did I send you the pictures of where they arrested the Charlotte and
Yeah.
Now you saw that. It was ridiculous. Wrestling's great right now. I suggest you watch it. You know,
It's better than
It's never gonna be
but
Attitude
when you say
Era.
when you say wrestling's great, you mean WWE, I assume.
Yeah, I'm not watching Ring of Honor.
Okay, well, I mean,
I'm not watching. I mean, New Japan's great.
New
It's
Japan's
always
always
been great.
New Japan's actual wrestling,
Right.
whereas well, not actual wrestling. New Japan is wrestling, whereas
South Park.
WWE is wrestling, where WWE is sports entertainment.
Right.
I love the DX riff in the Hall of Fame, the whole speech thing that they did.
I didn't watch what they say.
Oh, it was just fucking great. It was just joke after joke after joke after joke. A shout out to China, like a big prop up to her. Like Road Dogg and Billy Gunn were on fire.
Fucking Triple H said that he's going to induct China individually too.
Good, that's awesome.
But I mean, like,
Whereas before he said that he never would because of like the porn background and stuff.
I think they don't have like much to stand on now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, considering they put
Like there was chance like you deserve this. and
Sonny's been in, you know what I mean? Like, well, I don't think Sonny's
They
in the
have
Hall of Fame,
fucking
but
Paige as a fucking. It's still on fucking the talent roster.
yeah, and
She's not a wrestler.
shit. Fucking Ultimate Warrior made it.
yeah.
No one
And
cares.
that guy was
they have
made of
they
cocaine.
have, they have the tribute for Ultimate Warrior now. Still,
Whatever.
the Warrior Tribute Award. I don't remember what it's called. It's there. I don't like the Andre Giant statue. I just want to put that out there.
It looks 3D printed and shitty.
Yeah.
It looks like those Smash trophies that people keep putting on Reddit. where it's like a Kirby body and then like some sweet like like Charles Atlas legs.
It 100%.
Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
saw that.
They're really good.
It needs to be like a fucking bronze ass fucking beefy statue.
Yeah, and like you could really do it. Well, like Andre has like one of the most like iconic
yeah.
faces. Like
You don't even have to like. You can like. You can fudge the numbers a little bit there if you're worried about how he looks, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Alf, you're giving away all the secrets over there.
Well, what we've been playing, Joey.
What I was going to say. I looked up the thing with RoboCop. Neil Blomkamp.
I love that guy.
District 9.
Did you say Neil Blomkamp?
Neil Blomkamp.
He has a weird name, but that guy's awesome.
But he is directing a sequel to RoboCop, the first movie, called RoboCop Returns. And he wanted Peter Weller. Peter Weller said no. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to keep fighting the fight. And he was like talking to him, and Peter Weller just kept shutting it down. And then he did the fucking KFC commercial. and then,
Why is Peter Weller saying no?
And then like he did the KFC commercial, and then he's just on Twitter like, well, this doesn't bode very well. So
speaking of Twitter, the last thing about wrestling after Batista and Triple H, did you see that he went on Twitter and was like, I'm stupid. Why am I wrestling? I'm done.
I did see that. He was like,
So I'm erasing all of my beef with Batista. First and foremost, because he covered that stupid Godsmack tattoo that was on his stomach or on his belly button.
Did?
Yeah, it's gone now. It's covered with a better tattoo.
Thank God.
He's also just covered in tattoos now. Like, dude just got a shitload of tattoos. He looked great. He wrestled well. It was all right. The match with Triple H was like whatever. But like right afterwards, like he was like, I'm dumb. Fuck wrestling. Like this paycheck was a 20th of what I made for Guardians. Like
I make more in action figure sales.
yeah.
we forgot to mention Taker on fucking on Raw.
Ooh, Taker looking old.
I heard that was a dumb throwaway too.
He fucking
Who did he come out?
He tombstoned Elias.
Well, so
the setup was great because
the setup
Elias
was pretty good.
Elias was like singing his bullshit.
People
song.
have been continuously interrupting Elias when he comes out and sings. And so Elias went, the next man to interrupt me is going to be a dead man. And then Taker's bell rung.
That was pretty good. So,
And so you're like, all right, that's actually pretty good.
all right, you guys got it.
So the worst part was he looked great because he was wearing the fucking Taker hat and he had like, his outfit was so different. Like he was wearing like the leather, like long,
the long trench coat.
But
he had, like,
then
cummerbund kind of thing.
He had like
going
this thing that was like coming up past like his stomach, so like you couldn't see his fucking
like a cummerbund.
pooch. And then he was wearing like the leather pants, and he looked great because like his pecs were like big, like he like looked like he was pretty decent. And then during the choke slam, Elias knocked his hat off, and you see his fucking like his widow's peaks. They go all the way back to.
Oh God!
And like you're just like, oh no! I think the hat was supposed to stay on.
Just let it go.
And then also you could tell when he picked him up to tombstone him, he was like, I don't have it. Like, he was like, I don't have him for sure.
No, he had it. He got him because his head. Like I was worried that I was like,
You go ahead.
He's about to paralyze Elias.
You go ahead. I'm just gonna look this up.
I was like, Elias's fucking body is gonna slide down Taker, and he's gonna like literally.
He's gonna stone cold him. He's gonna stone cold him like fucking Owen Hart.
Yeah, but he got him. He Elias had enough room to like tuck his head.
Yeah. But like you could see he like stumbled because he was about to tombstone. He like kind of like hop forward a little bit. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And like you could tell that Taker's like. He's trying to guard the knees a little bit now. He's almost 60.
And Elias is a fucking big dude.
Elias is not a small dude. He's also wide.
He's not tombstone in fucking the
Miz. Like, oh yeah, I know. Or like Rey Mysterio.
Or fucking whatever. What's his name with the fucking one of the cruiserweight guys who's really fucking good.
Leo Rush.
Yeah, he's not tombstone in Leo Rush.
You just throw him.
That's the what is it? Like Christy was watching, we were watching with me. And like I was explaining to her, I was like, "Oh, you got to watch the cruise." There was something was happening. I was like, "No, watch the cruiserweight guys because they're lighter and faster, and they can just do more ridiculous shit."
Yeah.
And I was like,
"And like 305 live or?"
No, we were. I think it was just like the cruiserweight match or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh no, it was. I think it was the Fatal 4-Way where fucking Cesaro grabbed what's his nuts and was just swinging him for like 3 minutes straight.
Yeah. I once watched Cesaro. I once watched Cesaro swing a man 100 times.
Yeah,
like he did the Cesaro swing for 100 rotations.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Just shave it, buddy.
Yeah, I know, right? And he used to shave it. Remember, he used to have like that little mohawk, like the tiny little mohawk, like.
Okay, goodbye.
But like, did you see the tombstone too? Like he was like, he's looking old.
What have we been playing?
Hold on, I'm not done. But the best part is you can the big guys can throw the cruiserweight guys like fucking nothing. It's fucking great. All right, so what the fuck we've been playing? I mean, we were
like a wrestling podcast.
r/squared circle.
Mania,
bud.
What have I been playing?
Well, it's true. We have no news anyway.
I got like 3 things. What the fuck have I been playing? What the fuck have you guys been playing? Let me let's do that way. Backwards.
Rumbleborn got back on that.
Oh yes, I saw you were
I'm
on there.
About jumping on there too. Do we know if it's crossplay between PlayStation and PC yet?
I've heard mixed stories. I haven't really done any.
All right, I'll do some research, and if it is, I'll jump on there with you.
Oh, definitely.
Because like I did you buy the expansion, the one that came out earlier last month?
I have Heaven's Ward and Stormblood.
Stormblood,
yeah, and then Stormbringer's a new one that's coming out.
Didn't they just do like a welcome back pass where
Stormblood and something bringer, Shadowbringer.
Okay, yeah,
I already pre-ordered it. I'm playing it already, trying to get up to like level whatever max. I'm playing casual, not as intense, but yeah. I'm having fun with it again.
Good.
So,
all right.
And then a little bit of Division 2, just on account with my buddies whenever they're on. I got Yoshi's Woolly Crafted whatever flipping world.
I think he's for babies.
You're for babies.
Is it at least?
Didn't you see the thing where you can play it with 2 rocks?
What?
There's a video of like someone's like it's so easy it can be beaten by 2 rocks, and they have like 2 rocks sitting on top of the Switch controllers playing it.
Oh my god, it's good. I mean, it's just Yoshi. I don't like the music that they chose for the game. Like everything feels. It's. I would have loved that. It feels upbeat. This one's more feels like.
From what I've seen in that game, it is.
It's very like ambiance. It's like, but it doesn't fit the game platforming. And like I'm like, ugh. Visually, it's fucking great. God,
No,
the
I
game
saw it.
looks
It looks
fucking
great.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't think I've never seen a video game balloon look so real that I could just go,
Yeah.
it's whatever. I should have never bought it, but whatever. I had credit.
I mean, the problem is it's going to be $60 forever, no matter what.
Exactly. Doesn't matter. That's about it. I really haven't played much. So Realmborn's fun. It's an MMO getting ready for the new expansion. So
It's also beautiful.
It's a
beautiful-
just
beautiful
one of
Weird that
the
you're playing that shit.
best looking MMOs like right now.
and so much to do in that fucking game now.
Yeah.
God.
People in work get you in that shit. They just give you drugs. And well, your dad like give me drugs at work or your school. Who's getting you in MMOs?
You on steroids?
You want drugs?
HGH MMOs? What?
What you got? You sure you want to spend $15 a month on this?
What health insurance you have? MMO. Okay.
Oh yeah. Kyle, anything?
I bought some organic carrots, non MMO.
Damn it. So you have a case of you test positive. MMO.
MMO.
Type 2 MMO.
My MMO. Kyle, what you been up to, bud?
Alf, you're my friend. No MMO. I don't have any more.
All right.
I drive a 1996 Ford MMO.
Isn't MMO that meme that was going around where?
Oh, with the weird face, the
weird
creepy face. Yeah. Momo.
Oh, Momo. That was a good one. That's good. All right, retarded joke. Bye.
I killed it. Let's go.
And on a high note.
So I continue to just play Smash all the time. I had a great time at the event that you and I went to. Joey and I went to a non-affiliated version of the Smash event that we were hosting for our job, and now we're just doing because we're fucking sweet.
Nice. That's awesome.
I had a really good time at that because, like, I don't know, you don't have to like represent anybody, so you can kind of be more yourself. Even though, like, we weren't really like being pressed to be.
Kyle was just excited he could drink as much as he wanted.
I was a little bit more loose at this event
Nice.
than I normally get. Not really, because like
Was your Belmont still on point?
no, I love playing him, but like I don't think he's like main worthy. Like I play a lot
So you
of
play Peach?
Roy.
No, Peach is top tier.
I know she is.
I know.
She absolutely is.
That's really freaky to say that. I've seen competitive play on her. I'm like, Jesus
It's
Christ.
gross. It's just nasty.
I thought Bayo was top tier. God,
Not in
damn.
this game. In the previous game, she absolutely was. This game, they
Fucking
nerfed the shit out of her. But yeah, I try to keep up with Smash just to like kind of keep my skill level kind of where it is. Like I most of my friends that like play competitively that are names in the game like don't want to play competitively anymore. So
yeah,
like,
it is again. It's more
They're back on Melee already.
no, just so Rio and Seven both are no longer competing in Smash Brothers. Just to focus on their home lives, and you know what I mean. Like Rio has a son who is
He's a Smash player now. He's training him up.
I know, yeah. He plays Sonic nonstop, but he's approaching the age where like
That Sonic movie. Sorry.
you know, like a father figure is absolutely necessary. Like it's just like it's
right.
the best thing you can possibly have at that age is having decent parents or at least decent people raising you. You know what I mean? So he realizes that and he wants to do that, and that makes sense. And Seven also has a similar situation, not with kids, but he just wants to be more involved with the people in his life. And traveling I know that I did it when I was a teenager, and like I couldn't do it now. Traveling for a competitive fighting game is taxing. It's draining.
You got to get there early, so an event starts 8 a.m. on Saturday, so you're there.
And con life and hotel life is not great. Like it's fine for like a week, but you know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Plus you're just sick always. Yeah, right. We're
gonna die. I don't know. Everybody get the guns. You bring your gun?
No.
Grab one of those portal guns. Oh shit! Does that work? Are you gonna find out?
So yeah, I just try to just say at least at the same level that I've been at for a while and not like get shitty at it. And then otherwise, I'm on the last boss of Sekiro.
Oh yes, yes. We got that to talk about.
The game real good.
It'll take up the last 20 minutes.
No, I'm going to keep it short. I don't want to argue.
Keep going. All right. Talk about Sekiro, then we'll segue into the news and then talk about Sekiro.
Oh well,
Is that
I've already
English?
like the last 2 podcasts, like I've spoken pretty highly about that game. So like I don't really have anything additional to put into it other than just saying that like some of those bosses towards the end require a little more
Finesse.
like theory craft. Yeah, like because like I'm trying to play it without like looking at like strategies and shit. Like I don't really want to, like I want to be able to figure out how to beat these bosses myself.
All right. Well, I will jump in and say that obviously I played a little bit of Smash with you at that event. I did have a nice outing where one of the patients at the local hospital reached out and was looking for someone to come play Smash with him. So I went and played Smash with them for a couple hours.
Nice.
Was that the same one that was watching WrestleMania?
Yeah. We talked about WrestleMania. I left my tablet. I tried to get the WrestleMania hooked up like through the Chromecast in his room, but like the apartment was not into being very helpful in that. So they have security risks and concerns. So
They got a tough job. So
makes sense.
watch it on the tablet. Sorry. And I dropped him off some balling ass headphones to fucking listen to it. And so, jumping back to Sekiro, and we can kind of talk in the news. We talked a little bit about this last week, but the fire on it's still kind of burning. And I know Alpha wasn't here, but there's a lot of discussion around Sekiro and the difficulty, I guess is the way to approach it. And last week we had a little bit of a dialogue about it, Kyle and I and Wesley here as well. And we kind of reached a consensus that, games are what they are. Like you have the creator's intent of what a game can be, and that's their decision. That if they want a game that's balls hard, and that's how they want their game to be, is balls hard, and their war chants get good scrub, or that the reward of finally conquering the difficulties you ensure are good enough, then that's the way they feel about it.
There it is.
What did you hear?
Talking.
Well,
wow.
There's just some rap outside.
So then the problem is that there's 2 different discussions going on, and they're getting very convoluted now.
Yeah.
One is the discussion on difficulty in games, and the other is accessibility in games, and then how that relates to difficulty. And so, I would say that last week's conversation, we definitely focused on difficulty in games and not as much as an accessibility in games.
Sure.
And, I don't want someone to think that, like, take that conversation and think that we had it without,
Right. Looking at both sides of it.
Right. And this week, I think we can speak a little bit to the accessibility. And, I certainly don't think any of us last week were saying that games should be hard to keep people out of them,
Yeah.
I think we all, and accessibility means different things to different people. It could mean an easy mode. I read an interesting tweet from the designer of VVVVV, and he said that he put a lot of accessibility options in his game.
Yeah.
Death by the spikes, the jump speed, the speed that the level moves, and the speed, all that kind of stuff. And all that stuff was in there. And then his only regret for putting all that in there is that he specifically said that it was for accessibility purposes only and for those uses only,
Yeah.
Whereas, like he said, he shouldn't have, that kind of casts a negative light on it, that, he needed to just say, these are here. If you want to use them,
Yeah.
And there's definitely been some kickback on like things like the worst are the first person shooters like Halo, a game I really love. They do say, here's heroic, the way Halo is meant to be played.
Yeah.
Well, if it was meant to be played, why is that not the default difficulty? Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
And then, stuff like Wolfenstein where it like
With-
mocks you.
Right.
For,
you're a baby with a pacifier.
Well, that's gaming culture. What happened?
Right.
Like that's
with Wolfenstein. At least,
there's this degree of elitism, right? That exists.
so that's my debate on the whole thing. And I've kept it silver on Twitter, and I've really engaged people on this topic right now, for the past 2 days.
Yeah.
And I've seen the children attack me about, well, you just fuck. Demon Dark Souls had a fucking easy mode. Summon your friend, get good, scrub. I'm like, you're a delight to talk to. Thank you. That's not what I was talking
Right, we're
about.
not talking about
that's not a discourse.
It's not discourse. It's more like that's elitism. And he's like, no, I need to brag about this. And then one guy I was having a really good conversation with, and he goes, think of it this way: if you have an easy mode in the game with a hard mode, the hard people that play the difficulty that they want to, like very hard, it diminishes this overall satisfaction completing the game because there's an alternate route. And I go, how so? You still took the route needed that you wanted.
Yeah.
So how does that diminish it because it was an alternate route that you chose not to take and ignored? He goes, put this analogy to me. Well, think of it like you climb Everest, but there's a ski lift going all the way to the top. You climb, but this guy took the ski lift. Wouldn't that diminish it? I go, no.
Yeah, you still did it.
I did the climb.
Yeah.
I chose not to. In fact, I'm going to applaud Bob for taking the chair lift. I'm like, hey man, good job. Try to climb next time, at least halfway. Encourage you to get more and more deeper into the game and get better.
Well,
I don't see your argument of it destroys. Then he goes, I see it. I see. He goes, that's a nice perspective you have. But he goes, but I don't understand it. I was like, okay, then agree to disagree at this point because I don't get this whole elitism, like I beat a hard mode. Because what I think it is, when I boiled it down to, is like your definition of satisfaction versus a certain secular group that could beat a game. So they're elitist at that point. It's like, we are the top percentile of this. We want no one else to try to tarnish that percentage. Don't come into our community and ruin it.
That's the same thing that like I get, like 'cause people always are like even like people that I know like are like really like always trying to get the diamond version of achievements. Like they want to be
yeah, I know. I enjoy doing that. Sometimes I see that as a challenge, and I'll challenge myself. And be
sure.
Like, oh, let me get the. I want to get this on.
But the game presented an option for you to do that.
Yeah.
But it's also like if that's like a personal challenge to you, then that's fine. But like there doesn't need to be like
if I don't get it, it's not the end of the world.
Well,
and it's
I
not
more mean
also
that
doesn't
like
make me less of a gamer.
so like I'm also
That's what happens to the elitist. They stand on the world to them.
I'm happy that like I'm playing Sekiro and that I've been able to get through it. And like whereas like I know people who are like, I bought it, it's not for me, it's too hard. And like yeah, I can see that. And like I'm willing to put myself through it, but like I'm not gonna like be like, oh, it's because you're bad.
Yeah.
Like you should, you know what I mean?
That's
Like but like that's like one of those things that like that's like a lot of the mentality that like follows the FromSoft games.
Yeah.
They're kind of as bad as Melee fans.
I mean,
that's the other side of the thing. But like I can see like both sides of the argument.
I can see it.
Do I think that Sekiro needs a difficulty meter? No, not really.
Right.
I think that and FromSoft has also said specifically the game is as intended. We made this game, it is this, and we want it to be this.
I'm never going to tell Dev what to do. Like we deserve this for accessibility reasons and for easy mobile. Never. I throw it out there as a hypothetical. Like, do you want your community to grow outside the same percentage of people that keep playing Demon, Dark, Bloodborne, now Sekiro? I feel like that community is just getting older while you're secluding the people that they watch it on YouTube. They, you know, like I'm that guy. I'm like, that game is not for me. I know it. I don't have the patience to be like, I have to learn mechanism. I have shit to do in my life versus all that. And I feel like, again, FromSoft doesn't have to do anything, but it's more like, think about it. You're going to include it like a museum. I read this thing. A museum has a ramp, and you're going to go inside and actually look at the ramp, look at the art inside, right? You appreciate the artwork. I feel like games need that ramp where you invite community and try it out on a level that you appreciate, and if not, keep going. When we grew up, every game had a difficulty meter.
Well, I mean, that
you beat Zelda. Here you go, Master Quest B. Go ahead for it. I'm like, okay, I'm going right into it. Like, I felt great that I beat the game and I could go right into Master Quest B.
Or at the same time, like, you know,
I think people forget about that.
The opposite end of that also is that when we were kids, there were also games just strictly designed to take your money.
Yeah,
to be difficult and to, you know,
and we grew up with the baby games,
right?
Because Japanese games were way too fucking hard.
Yeah.
So all the B modes, those were the Japanese normal difficulty.
Yeah.
I played games in B mode, like Double Dragon and shit like that, and that was fucking hard. And I love beating Ninja Turtles in time on it. There's a handful that I used in like discussions that I had over the past 3 days, and it's like I think people forget about the past and never focus. No, the game came like this. I'm not doing anything else. I'm like, that's great, but you're alienating a lot of more potential community members to come and grow.
Well, so that being said, and I'm not trying to tarnish your argument, but Sekiro and even more so the Soul series has that. After you beat it, there is a more difficult version. So like I guess like
Right, but we're not talking about making the game harder, a hard game harder. We're talking about making it
more accessible. Like
game
it doesn't have to be for able
mean,
bodies or not like that. Like my thing is like when people say, "Oh, what about people with disfigured hands and stuff like that?" That's true, but that to me that's
accessibility. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but I think that's the console at that point. Like Microsoft developed the controller,
Right, but like
Sony
if
developed
you
a controller at that point.
But if you have a game that requires fast twitch-like reflexes and the ability to move in a controller or controls that fast, then there's going to be a percentage.
Maybe that's where I agree with the fans and be like, maybe that game's not for you at that point.
I mean,
if I was bad with glasses, like really, really fucking poor eyesight, maybe I wouldn't be playing a fucking action shooter that I need.
Think about something as simple as colorblind mode,
Yeah.
right? Where people who don't have red-green colorblind, and your enemies are in red and your friendlies are in green.
Yeah, it's
You
huge.
can't tell, right?
Yeah.
And then that's just something simple. So this is where the accessibility talk comes in. Is like sometimes it doesn't always have to be about cranking up the difficulty or cranking down the difficulty.
I think the issue though is that like difficulty, and like I'm totally willing to admit this, difficulty is like kind of one of the only features that those games have.
Right.
Pretty much.
If you like take it to where like instead of
airport by here,
yeah, actually there is an airport. Like
Told you.
So if you like Dark Souls, for instance, if all you did was like go, okay, this guy that at average pacing of level or whatever, and you're playing a strength character, so you're hitting stuff.
Yeah.
If he requires 10 hits, and then you know what I mean, like every time you take a swing at him, he tries to counter or whatever. Like it's a simple pattern. If you change that to okay, now he only needs 5 hits.
Right.
And like that's kind of how you would have to measure difficulty in those games, because it's usually just like the guy's attacking you and you move or you don't move. That's like the only features.
Well, even in the Souls game, and like I haven't played Sekiro, so I can't speak to that. But even in the Souls game, your accessibility option can just something be as simple as checkpointing in a boss fight,
I just say 8 lower HP pool.
or lower HP, or you know what I'm saying.
That would be a lot easier because I've seen gameplay. Like I saw the fight with the general that turns into thunder.
There's a lot.
Fucking hey, dude, that's a lot of HP. I get it. There's probably moves to make it faster and weapon choices, but
there aren't really.
There's
No?
or even just checkpointing, stages, you know what I'm saying, or stances, or whatever, where you get the boss stage is essentially 5 stages or 5 stances or whatever,
Yeah.
However,
I get conquering a challenge. I get it.
and so your intent remains, that you have to master the ability to recognize the pattern, overcome the pattern, or parry.
There's an upholstery.
God, this block has everything.
It has everything. So there's
It's eclectic.
There's a lot of different ways you can approach it, and a lot of things like
I
that.
agree, and like I think that
And we're limiting it to one game. You know what I'm saying? We're
sure,
like
Well,
even
Cuphead has an easy difficulty, right?
right. And Mario has the
I'm asking. I don't know if the
I don't
update
know
happened.
either. Oh, maybe an update. Yeah, I haven't played that game since release.
even Mario has the thing where if you die like 5 times, it presents you. It doesn't make the game easier. It just says, "Hey, I notice you're dying a lot."
Devil May Cry 5 has it.
Right? There's a golden leaf here that'll let you just go through the level. If you're having difficulty.
Yoshi's has an easy mode. If you die enough, it has it.
Right.
Devil May Cry 5 has it. Like, I feel that's beneficial for players that want to experience your game. They want to appreciate the art.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
So you appreciate the art. You just fucking have no means of getting through that, but you
Right.
want to appreciate it.
Right.
Like,
So that's what I would say. If you don't want to put accessibility options in, you're going to limit your player pool, and you're also going to limit the amount of people who can play and finish your game.
if you want
and
to keep
so-
it very eclectic,
Right.
fine.
If you feel like you don't want people to see the end of your game, and you want the end of your game, reaching the end of your game to be the ultimate reward and the ultimate, then you can not put accessibility options in there. And there are going to be some. We've seen games that don't have accessibility options. We've seen the blind kid. I think he's an actual adult now, but he beat Ocarina of Time blind.
Yeah.
Right. There's no way to make that possible except the perseverance and training and
just bludgeoned
determination.
through it, yeah.
Right. And so but that's not for everyone.
I think that FromSoft's mantra has been similar to that of like your bands that are like not willing to like overly promote themselves or to like sign record labels that like want them to change their sound or to be like radio friendly.
Exactly.
It's the same kind of argument in that I think FromSoft is very much like the niche that we've carved for ourselves is pretty well known, and that the games that we make are unforgiving, and that the sense of accomplishment from beating them is just that. And there's very little ways to and Sekiro is a whole nother monster because like I said in previous podcasts, the previous games, you know, the accessibility is that you can grind. Like there's an experience pool. You can level your character. You can make things easier for yourself. Sekiro, you can't really.
Right.
That game is very specifically, this is the challenge, either do it or don't. And I agree with you to some extent that it is not inviting for some people that like are like, man, my time is really valuable, or I don't have the means of getting good, quote unquote. Then you just can't play that game.
Right.
I agree.
And then that's gonna push people to not buy your game, not play your game, and just go watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that.
But like,
it just sucks that that's the route, you know.
As confirmed by FromSoft, they said that that's what they want. Like they were like, our game exists as it exists.
If that's their intent and they're happy with the sales and they're happy with the community, so be it. That I'm never going to ask the dev. You need to do this. Include a woman Sekiro now too. Make it have bigger fat anime titties.
With that, let's move on because we have like literally like 5 minutes.
So it's just both communities are fucking dumb, and the elitist part are a lot of children.
Yeah. All right. So
one quick question though: if there was an easy mode, would it diminish your satisfaction over beating the game on hard mode?
Personally,
yeah,
yes.
To know that you could have went back and played it on easy, or that someone else had played it on easy.
For me specifically,
like a 5-year-old beats it, but you beat it on hard, but he beat it on easy Jimmy mode.
So like for me personally, like I am like how Joey said, like when I saw that Bungie said that heroic is how the game is intended to be played, I was like begrudgingly like, okay, I guess I'm playing on heroic then. You know what I mean? So like I want to play the game how the developers are like, we think that this is the best experience for you. That's typically like how, like I almost exclusively pick whatever normal mode is. You know what I mean? Like if a game has a difficulty and it goes like, this is the easier one, this is the hard one, I go the one in the middle because it's like that's probably where it's developed.
If the game gives me the option mid game to be like, hey, this game's pretty hard, do you want to lower it? I go, I just want an easy night tonight. Yes, easy.
Yeah. There's times
I've done that too. So like there was one time where I was like, I'm going to play insane mode on Mass Effect, and I couldn't do it, so I just knocked it down.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Joey.
That wasn't an argument. It wasn't an argument. Look at that.
I knew we were going to talk about it for a while. So
Handshakes. You got that was a fucking dumb handshake.
I got like a little.
He's got little chicken fingers.
Little like. I don't got nothing here. I can't knock over your camera. All right. So BioWare is on fire. I don't know if you guys saw.
Yeah, it's bad.
So
did they fire people?
No,
just Anthem's a fucking mess.
So Anthem isn't
every
great.
Update that game breaks more.
Anthem isn't working. Casey Hudson's back there, and like he basically leaked an email leaked from him to the staff of BioWare saying like, hey, these are all the problems people said with Mass Effect. This is what people saying with Anthem, and you know what, we see it too, and we need to work on this. And so there's supposed to be a meeting coming up here on this week. So I wouldn't be surprised if it happens this week and then we hear about it next week. But
Anthem 2.
But like
the better version.
Anthem, the flex tapening.
And so like it's reaching into where BioWare, like, you know, EA is putting their foot down and saying like, you know,
they're fisting
Dragon
people.
Age 4 better be some fucking good shit because you guys are like on, you know.
They just announced a Jedi Order.
That's on Sunday. Or Saturday, there's going to be a stream.
That's a whole like, okay, EA.
But that's Respawn. That's not.
Respawn. I have way more faith now.
All right. So, So follow what's going on there with BioWare. Borderlands 2 has been review bombed. I don't know if you guys saw.
No.
So basically, Steam
because of the Epic
6-month exclusive Epic Game Store exclusivity.
God,
people went on to Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel and just negative reviews all over the place, you know. And it's gotten to the point where Valve made Steam one of the first ones where like, we were no longer going to take into account reviews from this date to this future date because of review bombing.
That's all it is, yeah.
And so that's kind of one of the first things the first uses of that.
I mean, fuck Gearbox for doing it in the first place, but
isn't that like weird and like, doesn't that hurt your argument to go to the platform that you want the game to be on and then hurt their sales of it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's the people like, what do you mean it's not American? I'm flushing this down the toilet. God bless America.
Time to destroy all this.
You just bought that and you're fucking destroying it? Like, what's that
I
make?
just don't get it.
All right. Starting today, or whenever you hear this, you can change your PSN ID.
Oh, there's a lot of issues with that right now.
Yes, be sure before you change it, you check their webpage because there's a lot of you can lose money.
You can lose game saves.
You can lose money is more
important.
So, and also doesn't work with PS3 and Vita. So check into that.
They're aware? Is a fix coming or?
They said that might just be the all-time thing.
But I thought we could pay for having this feature before too.
Well, right now it's free.
So the free feature just fucking everything up now?
No, but those are the issues they know.
Oh,
those might be forever issues because games that came out before the 1st of April of last year won't support the change, and so to get the change supported, the developer would have to go back and
right. But what I'm asking is, it was a
the
paid
change.
feature before, right? To pay change.
No, this is the first time you've.
Oh, it was never.
You've never been able to change your PSN.
Never mind. I thought you had a one-time thing. You could.
No, that was on Xbox.
Oh, that's why.
So there was a commercial for the
I was going to
Smash
be
Bros.
huge dick Mungus, but no.
Did you guys see the Smash Bros commercial where someone like
The
went
stage
through
builder?
frame by frame and they saw the stage builder in the menu?
It's on the first fucking second of the commercial.
It's like the 5 seconds.
Whoa. We're getting Stage Builder?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's in the menu in a commercial.
It's coming out. Look, do you know the name of the commercial? Smash My Way. They know what they're doing. They know exactly
Dude,
what
that's
they're
been
doing.
like one of my only complaints is like they took Stage Builder away from me.
All right, we got.
Why? You're just going to bunch of penises. That's all you're going to
No, I so like back. Okay, I'm sorry.
Keep go ahead and just.
Well, back in Smash 4, I used to build stages that would help you learn mechanics. So like there was a stage that I built that was basically like imagine like a house shape, like how you would draw a two-dimensional house with an opening at the top that would also have like ledges on it.
Yeah,
so
sure.
For people who didn't know how to like tech properly, that's when you hit the shield when you connect with a surface and it stops your forward momentum. It's like one of the only ways to survive being stage spiked, basically. I would build this stage that would like you would every time you got hit, you would head towards a something that you could tech. So like. And by playing this stage over and over, it would get you acclimated and good at being able to tech. And that's like something that like I've been missing in this game because
it's coming.
That's really great news.
Okay, well, I got a couple more than we can get.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, so Bethesda has gone back on their promise not to introduce any non-cosmetic items into the.
Oh, are you
Fall
talking about
76.
repair kits?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a shit show.
So basically now you can pay to repair your items to 100% or even 150%.
Yeah, mobily. And then also they also are non-transferable. You can't trade them. It's a fucking shit.
What are you doing, Howard? Todd, what are you doing?
I mean, this is a bunch of crying about a game no one
plays
is playing.
anymore.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
I mean, it has a player basis. It's just like
and maybe that
hardcores
player base voiced that that's something they wanted.
They did. That's the thing is like there was a bunch of people who were like, man, this is like a really flawed system. Like having to go back to camp to fix stuff is actually a waste of time.
Exactly.
And so like I get that, but like it's literally the definition of pay to win.
Right. Exactly. It does suck, but I do believe that they did introduce ways you can. I think the 150% one can be only gotten through in-game means.
Okay, I mean that's
I do
something.
believe, yeah, I would do more research, but we're literally up against the wall here.
Sure.
Labo VR, Alpha already put in his pre-order.
No, it's stupid.
You're not going to get the Labo VR?
It's
It makes you look like Rob.
You get 3 Mario levels and you can play the entirety of Breath of the Wild in VR.
I don't care to.
You don't want to hold it up to your face and play it?
No.
Okay.
I'm good. If it was a different Zelda experience, then yes, I would have to get it. But no, it's literally your Breath of the Wild card updated, put it in play.
GameStop has went through their financials and
their boy's doing bad.
they basically posted loss in all their sectors that was not collectibles. So that Think Geek purchase, pretty smart.
It's saving them.
It's also like if you go through the coming soon section of their website or their mobile app, it's just taken over by collectibles now.
Because that's their profitable section. Yeah. Like and like to give you guys an idea here, they went from like a $32 million profit to like a negative $600 million loss.
Jesus,
like they're like losing money like crazy.
That's
that's pre-owned, and they said especially pre-owned game sales, the first time they've had a loss year since 2012. So,
fuck.
might be a sign of the market changing there, boys.
Could be.
I mean, and we we're losing digital. We're going digital here soon, so it's going to get worse.
Thank you, Google. Google Stadia.
Persona 5
Pre-order now.
PlayStation hits $20 all the time now with that ugly red case.
Best Buy
But
going.
at least, hold on. At least the majority of that case is red.
Okay.
So
Best Buy going nuts with leaks.
Oh,
Here's the Joker. Here's the Joker me what looks like.
know,
Okay. By the way, here's a Metroid Prime 3
Yeah.
trilogy SKU. Oh, okay. Link to the past.
Yes.
All right, hold on. What?
Yeah. I didn't put that in here because that was just insane.
That
Because like there's no like a bunch of that stuff should not have leaked.
I went and I checked. Let me check. It's in the system, and they're all slated for Switch. I'm like, the fuck is happening?
All right.
Trilogy is just a given. That was going to happen.
Sure.
But Link to the past.
That
That was weird.
like, is it like an updated link to the
No one knows.
No one knows. It
Oh,
just says that.
It's just the SKU and
No one knows because they checked. Oh, maybe it's a typo for Link's Awakening.
No, and Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening is perfect. Has its own SKU. So they have no one knows what the hell this means. Direct at E3. We'll find out.
All right. I mean, it could
Crazy.
it could be a code name for something else.
Possibly.
Who knows? All right. So the last thing is a little funny thing that happened today. So there is an exclusive weapon for the PlayStation 4 inside Destiny 2.
Are we really talking about Destiny 2?
No, just listen,
All
listen,
right.
listen. Somehow some wires got crossed and it went up for sale inside the game store, inside for Xur or whatever the guy's name is who sells your weapons.
yeah.
And so a bunch of Xbox and PC players bought it and now they can't use it.
Oof.
The game the gun
Like,
doesn't work.
The if you try to, Bungie is making sure that it goes, you can't put it into your inventory and use it.
Huh. Oh.
So despite spending in-game resources.
Stop playing Destiny 2. That's what you got to do.
All right. A bunch of cool shit coming to Game Pass. There's a rumor about Microsoft combining Game Pass and Xbox Live, which I'm really excited about.
That's cool.
All right. So that's the end of the show. We didn't get any emails. Emails can be sent at podcast@goldensaucer.net. This episode is going up a little bit late. I'm going to probably put it on tonight so that way it goes up in a timely manner. We're probably going to record next week.
I don't see why not.
Let me know.
I need to grab a truck and finish filling this place out. So there'll be our game
Like a
time.
U-Haul?
Like a U-Haul or a me-haul.
Or
budget.
Wii Haul.
I mean, an us haul.
All right.
I told you I'd do it.
What else? Yeah, I don't know. Alf, you got anything?
Nope.
All right, Kyle, you got anything?
No.
He's asleep. All right. All right. All right. Thank you for watching.
Later.